including they won the finals just 2 weeks ago on the left coast. Here we go. Let's play pickleball. First time pairing for Daescu and Klinger as well, so we'll see if there's any communication challenges. Yes, please. Immediately see the difference between men's and women's. Why? Or is there more dinking in men's, Ryan?
You can't blast through the guys in terms of their hand speed and ability to counter with power. You've got to make the ball bounce and work the point. Look a little bit more for an opportunity later in the rally. There we go, Klinger.
Just silky smooth through the middle.
I want to point to it. CJ's dinking is the smoothest of any lefty on tour. I think it's stable, it's solid, it's fundamentally sound, and just shows the touch that he's got.
And just a little finesse down the line on the backhand too, and CJ has come to play here on Humana Championship Court. 2-0 for the 3 seed. Terrific ATP around the post for Hayden Patriquin. So lead starts out for Andre and CJ.
You can see that length kind of showing up on CJ and Andre's side. They're going to just volley and move you into a few different spots.
Look at that clean winner sorcery from CJ Klinger. He is on it here. All Big H could do was give him the thumbs up as he gets beat clean with a dink. My goodness.
Wanted to make a bad pun there, Dave. That's so clean.
Well, now you know you said it out loud right there. Okay,
that's bad.
Okay,
you can clip it.
And Andre jumps on that. So terrific start here. Okay, 2 backhands in the middle. Look at how smart these players are. Immediately identified, but then he went outside and paid for it.
I just love seeing aggression that's more nifty and deceptive and slick, and I think CJ is really emblematic of that. Again, that's not a hard volley, but it's just down and away enough for Hayden to be uncertain and hit that into the net.
Gets it up over the 2 trees. And CJ can't reset it, so well done there from H with the lob. But 4 quick ones. Teenager serving the teenager here. Pretty wild third there.
Yeah, today in some of the matches we saw in the backcourts with Fed and H, they're a little bit of a slow starter. It takes a little bit for them to get into it and to kind of be playing their high floor but steady aggression that they've done so successfully for those previous golds.
Yeah, H, I talked to him before this, and he would echo what you said there about hasn't found his full rhythm here yet today, and it's being taken to him here in the semifinals. Great shot from Fed right there. And just flying through the air.
Reminiscent of Worlds when Kwong was setting him up with those drives and that big lefty forehand was stepping over.
Yes, Kwong Tuong was his partner at the biggest event of the year, and CJ and another teenager made a huge run to the semis. Nifty defense of the ATP, and we're still going. And there's the difference of a lefty just sitting on it. That might work for against a righty in front of Fed, but pounced on. What a setup for Andre.
But what a start for these guys.
Yes.
They're making balls and making them really uncomfortable in the kitchen. We talk about how smart and disciplined Andre is. If you talk with the other male competitors, they'll all say he never stays in a pattern that's bad for him. You know, he's got an all-around game, but he will not let you take advantage of him multiple times in the same way.
That one kind of hit CJ's paddle, but when it's going well, Ryan.
It certainly is, and that's about having the right paddle position too.
Yes.
You know, not hanging it too low, not having it up by your shoulder. A little bit fortunate, but inclined to give him benefit of the doubt given how skillful they've played so far.
I mean, this ball just keeps coming back. Oh, and then the net robs us. Yeah, it's like a good hockey goaltender. They're positionally sound, and a lot of pucks hit them. And that's great goaltending.
Go Penguins?
Absolutely. On a little bit of a run right now after a dreadful start. And then gorgeous Ernie. Andre just shows up out of nowhere and steals that dink down the line. Look at this preparation. And then that's just one step. That would take me 7 steps.
Good practice.
Get that
After review,
dinner.
the result of the rally stands. There was no fault, loss of a challenge, loss of a timeout. 2 timeouts remaining, 1 timeout remaining. We will resume play at 7:02.
And the shutout continues here.
Time in, 7:02. Yeah. 071.
And finally on the board, and sometimes you just got to get that first one, get the ugly goose egg out of there.
A little bit of a short return there from CJ that also had some underspin. Fed will take that, turn it into topspin, and too strong on the counter.
271. Thanks, sir. 272.
Again, that's just an uncomfortable volley there from CJ. Just pushes Hayden out just enough. Doesn't try to do too much. Really well done from CJ.
And the coaching was get a little more aggressive, and that certainly showed it right there as Patriquin sped it up off the bounce and was rewarded. And so was Andre the Giant right there. Terrific. And they are one confident duo.
He saw Lee with the cross-court attacks, and he's 2 for 2 against Fed right now.
And jumps in again with that big reach, and the Oklahoma Sooner 9-2.
9-2.
Touch on the defense to go with all the offense. Oh my, and that stays in, and everything is going the way of Daescu and Klinger. They are at game point.
10-2.
And that goes deep, and game 1 goes to CJ. Going immediately and find some juice. It's H and Fed as they got run out of the building in game 1. Everything is coming back. Oh, good catch from Andre, but you don't get anything for that. That's a great rally for Fed and H to start off game 2 here. You catch one, I catch one. Off the tape, and it stays in. The other big part of this match, Ryan, is Federico Staksrud. If they win the tournament, he becomes #1 in the world in men's doubles. So he's playing for a lot here.
And that's just an unbelievable thing to consider. He's perched up there in singles and has earned his way to the top.
And we talked to him about that the other day, and he wanted no part of it. Ask me when I get there. So very dialed into the task at hand, and he needs to, because they are in trouble here in the semis. Just deep for Patriquin.
Really good extended rally there, and Hayden going cross a lot to CJ's backhand, but he has not been able to earn anything.
Run into the edges. What defense from Klinger, and they're back in, and they get a mistake. That's unbelievable.
Defense wins semifinals there. Incredible stretch from Andre on that first overhead with a stab reset. Just unbelievable stuff.
I thought us short guys had the advantage when the ball was low. These big fellas are getting down. Okay, so we're here, a little fire from one of the fiery competitors. He brings it out in spurts, though, does his fire, but he needs to find his best stuff from a play perspective right now, does Fed.
And Andre not afraid going cross court, making that kind of right hip, right shoulder really uncomfortable for Fed. And you'd never say CJ has heavy hands, but he's always getting a ball back on the line or with a soft reset, so he's able to follow up there.
Oh, that, as Father Griswold would say, was a beaut, Clark, right there. What a shot from Big H. Cannot follow it up. The other big thing here is, yes, H and Fed have won all 3 tournaments, but they did lose in pool play at the finals, and Andre Daescu was on the other side of the net. Him and Tyson McGuffin beat these two, so got some confidence against this team.
Good reach in there from Fed. I mean, it reminds me a little bit of last night's semi where, you know, a very talented team is playing well or fine, but they're not giving the game away. They're just getting beat by a team that is cruising right now.
More aggressive approach from Big H is working, so they get the ball back, tied at 2.
H does such a good job of moving those feet, getting behind the ball. I mean, he's handling a lot of pressure dinks that are bouncing pretty hard at the kitchen line.
Wow. They had a 99% win probability of that rally, and then suddenly they didn't. Big shake of the head by Patriquin as we had teenager on teenager crime right there. Oh, goes right back at him. And this is a player, being the youngster Patriquin, who likes, you don't want to get him fully engaged and yapping as his level will rise, and it certainly has here as they've got a 2-point lead. What a save from Klinger. We're still going. Oh, no. And then tries a look away cut backhand down the line. Don't recommend, and I'm watching the best players in the world here. What does that do to the play when it's chilly?
Makes it faster. That ball will stay harder, and drives and hands battles. The ball is going to be coming at you a little bit quicker. And 2 kind of loose errors there from Andre.
And there were 0 in game 1.
Truly 0.
Andre chooses to strike first there, and that works well, but they have quite a hole to dig out of here as that youngster has upped his game here significantly. That sums up game 2 right there. Sat on the net, waved at both sides, and fell back on CJ. Terrific serve there. Great handle. And good night. How about that roll from Fed?
Really, really beautiful. And I like hearing the Dale. They're very opportunistic with that energy, and they like to play fast. They're going to try to close this one out swiftly.
Sneaky shot from Andre as H was expecting that ball to his left. And the Big H Takeover event 2024 is on.
Sometimes we take for granted the kitchen play that happens. That's because they're hitting such skillful third shot drops, and H has one of the best with his roll drop, and then he scampers up there and boop for dinking. So it's really incredible how they get to the line.
The level of Fed has gone up right along with his partner, and you can get the momentum of your partner into your game, and we're seeing that right here. Patient point. Andre being iced out just a little bit. Oh, look at him scamper, and he's there with ease. Another poor drop shot. Ultimately does Andre as he welcomed them back in, and the foot speed of Patriquin got them back in it, and it's that great complementary pickleballs. It's ultimately Fed who finishes off that rally.
Hand steam there from
Yes.
Fed and H, and it's so fascinating. You know, the strong right and aggressive right has started to really develop on the men's side. H is really emblematic of that, and you know, despite his lack of height and reach, he's still taking so much from the air.
So you heard the groan of the crowd, and then you heard our lead referee Don Stanley. If the ball does clear the net, bounce and hit the black bar, the bottom part of that net, that's a replay. It has to bounce twice to be good, so that's why we have a replay here. And wow, if it goes off the top of the net and hits your paddle, there is no court that can find his game and his style. He has moved to Florida now to train with the best players in the world, and he has a game point to force game 3. Try number 2. Andre says, get that the heck on out of here. So they saved 2 game points again. Earlier today, we saw a 10-0 lead a race. So you can go on big runs in pickleball. Oh, and the lob after all that firepower, and that's in. What a shot. Lob volley on the backhand, Ryan. Come on.
Unbelievable stuff there. I was just tracking the rise and fall of that hands fight. Federico, really skillful there.
Oh, no. Andre got exactly what he wanted, but paddle face open as he didn't expect the ball to be that high for a sitter. Game point 3. Look at these guts from both teenagers. And CJ Klinger says we are not done yet. Game point 4.
Game 4-2.
And a missed dink, and we will play 3. So we knew this would be a very even match. We didn't know that the individual games would be so uneven, though. Game 3 coming up next from Daytona.
As a pro pickleball player, aches and pains can really affect my game. That's why I use Lycart, a once-a-day patch that provides relief from acute pain due to minor strains and sprains.
Lycart diclofenac topical system 1.3% is a prescription NSAID medication indicated for the topical treatment of acute pain due to minor strains, sprains, and contusions. Lycart may cause risk of serious cardiovascular events, including heart attack and stroke, which can be fatal, and gastrointestinal events. Do not use if you've recently had coronary artery bypass surgery, gastrointestinal bleeding, an asthma attack, hives, or are allergic to aspirin or any other NSAIDs. Do not use Lycart on broken skin. Most serious side effects include, but are not limited to, heart problems, liver problems, kidney problems, skin reactions, nausea, and dizziness. Stop Lycart and get emergency medical help right away if you experience shortness of breath or trouble breathing, chest pain, weakness in one part or side of your body, slurred speech, or swelling of the face or throat. Before taking Lycart, tell your doctor about all of your medical conditions, including if you have liver or kidney problems, have high blood pressure, have asthma, are pregnant, or plan to become pregnant.
Talk to your doctor about Lycart today. For more information, including valuable patient savings programs, visit Lycart.com.
And stay in the patterns and just reinforcement of what they want to do and keep going through it.
Oh, H was able to get there, but a beautiful inside-out shot from Klinger.
So loose with that rush.
That's unbelievable. The switch ends at 6. Not a big difference. Sight line slightly different. We played on this court earlier this week. I didn't see a big difference. They've definitely put the dinks more to that youngster right there as they mounted the game 2 charge. So see if Patriquin and Staksrud stay with that. Just wide from Fed, and he nods his agreement. He didn't want to, of course.
Talk about the tools that Federico's added. That's one of them. Really, little Ben Johns-esque in that close.
Just absolute filth from the youngster. Look at where he put that ball, let alone jumping the corner. But are you kidding me, CJ? Oh, you get an extra present under the tree for that one. That was fantastic. that is 2 feet in. Andre couldn't believe he kept that in. Boy, the teenagers are coming up with some shot making here, Ryan.
So wristy, and we talk about ball manipulation. They're really the poster child for it.
And they are unable to get anything on the scoreboard. Ball back to Hayden and Federico. Get first of 4 consecutive semifinals here. Glad you're with us. 2 men, 2 women. Oh, no. Complete shank, and we're still playing. Is he going to get away with this? Waving it wide. That stays in. This is nuts. And the drop shot is a winner. CJ tried the no-look in, like, drop shot and looks at the edge of his paddle. Yeah, that's where it hit, young man. Yeah. We got people standing in the crowd. That was bonkers.
There's a shank there from Hayden's edge guard. So we're still at 0 here. Really important for Andre and CJ to try to get to the kitchen and resume their game 1 type of momentum.
Andre tells CJ to back up. Oh no. Man, circuits are shorting everywhere. So Andre tried to call CJ off, but he couldn't. And you know, if one bulb goes out, the whole tree goes out, and we have chaos from all 4 players.
This is just hectic right now, and I wonder if both of the teams are feeling the need to try to get out the gate early and try to bring it to each other, but it's just been a little bit chaotic.
I mean, just so good from a low position. How does he get away with that, Ryan?
Reaches in and a lot of wrist. A lot of wrist in knowing how to strike that ball.
And then an absolute rope down the middle, and finally we have a point on the board, and it was terrific right in the corner. 1-0 for the top seeds. Oh my goodness, and he will do that about once a match. He is not interested in keeping that in. He sees a big old target on the big fella and absolutely hit the Leo Rivera logo dead center. Stare. I can't believe H gave him that after he tagged him.
H is doing such a good job of hugging middle there.
Yes.
And just making it dangerous even for that classic middle dink to become a weapon for him.
So we are going to take a quick break here, and Daescu and Klinger. And again, that filthy Ernie gets the flick down.
If you and I go for that, we're going to punch it to the guy's chest, and CJ's just nifty.
No, we need to call the paramedics if I try and make that move.
Hey, everyone, Dave's got real game still.
Thank you, brother.
It's weird, though, because when we played on this court, so many of our shots were just going into the net. Like, I don't know if they repainted over the night.
I think they did. And rock you like a hurricane with the scorpion right there, and nothing Andre can do except watch his partner hit the ball back over there, and H has all the tricks working. $15 of the last 19 go to H and Fed. Wow, Andre plays a ball that's wide, but unbelievable coverage from Staksrud to know that's where the ball was going to come from. Watch Fed on this. Look where he was. That is fantastic pickleball. And this is a huge rally here, because we will switch ends when somebody gets to 6, and down 6-0 is deflating. So that will not be the case. The one issue with the court, if it is one at all, is you can see some of that sunlight coming in there, Ryan. So that could be a factor for especially the taller guys, or as the sun changes angle. So we'll see how much those 2 chances to get to 6-0 become a thing. That's 1. That's 2. Awesome read from CJ, and a little stare back from him, and out of nowhere it is Daescu and Klinger within 2, and it's Patriquin 0-1. Patriquin and Staksrud were serving just 4 minutes ago, and now they're calling timeout, trying to hold on to the lead, and CJ serving on a 1, and that return is deep. Wow.
An unbelievable change here in the last 2 minutes.
4-5-1.
CJ with all that finesse, then rips one through, and it might have been okay, except it just caught the tape.
4-5-2.
Oh man, such a short return from Hayden. I thought that was going to be a free trip to the kitchen, and CJ leaves it up just a little bit too high.
Okay, so the timeout stopped most of the bleeding, and there might be a lot of Daescu left on that ball as he got tagged with that. So Fed is ready to go here, nearing the 1 hour mark of this match. Oh, just a bad drive there. 4th chance to get to 6 and switch with the lead. CJ jumps out of the way. The hope to celebrate. So here we go. On the other side there, now on a 2. Oh, CJ speeds it up. So look at that. Quickly get the ball back.
4-7-1.
Speed up off the bounce again.
I don't mind it though, because they're not really being able to manufacture in a consistent way other offense in the kitchen. I think they could potentially try a little bit more of the crash and bash.
Okay, they get a mistake on the other side. They've been few and far between since game 2 started. Leads cut to 2.
5-7-2.
And that's what CJ was looking to do. Give himself a little bit of margin there, but really good follow-up from Andre, knowing that that was probably coming back to him.
Nice job on the last one, and CJ did funnel that ball right to his partner through the paddle of his opponent, but Andre couldn't get that one down. So get the ball back, but the lead is just 1. This was 5-0.
I think one thing I've noticed over the last year is CJ is good at bringing the offense, but sometimes he gets stuck in doing the same spot 2 or 3 times in a row. You kind of got to keep it varied. Big break there.
Wasn't ever a couple of miss, and the crowd is loving the comeback here. Fabulous return from Staksrud. That's one of the reasons he's in the singles final.
6-7-2.
Boy, and that's the second awkward volley he's hit. He made the last one, but that right sort of jammed him. Knotted at 7.
7-7-2.
CJ and Andre have done such a good job of adjusting dink patterns, not really going out to Hayden's forehand. He had taken a few out of the air. They were just left a little high, and here it's those awkward middle balls on the left foot.
Just wide. Fed saw an opening, does not protest, and suddenly Daescu and Klinger have a 2-point lead and a timeout being called from Big H and Fed as they have the ball in the 2-point lead. Oh my, one reach too many from CJ. He was good till that one. Let it go to Fed and you'd be, excuse me, to Andre, and you'd be okay.
Man, CJ got away with it.
Yes, he did.
He's just trying to hit it too hard. I think he always does such a good job of withholding. Just put it awkward.
big trouble in the middle, and now they're back in it, and now Fed makes a retrieval. And Andre roars to the crowd as Jackie Kawamoto and Anna Bright looking on. They'll play later in one of the women's semifinals. They can't get enough pickle.
That's everyone.
Oh my goodness, there's still tricks in the sorcerer's bag there, and we are at match point.
It's everyone.
And that is out, and Andre Daescu and CJ Klinger dig. Welcome back, everybody, to the Daytona Beach Open presented by Roar Organic in a match that went well past the 1 hour mark. Andre Daescu and CJ Klinger are going to play for a title on Sunday. Gents, congratulations. Unbelievable match. Andre, I'll start with you. You're down 5-0-1 in Game 3 after they played brilliantly in Game 2. What changed, and how were you able to grab that one?
Well, pickleball is a game of momentum, so we knew our level was really good. We played a really good Game 1. I think we got a little too passive in Game 2, and obviously these guys are having a great winning record. They're tough to beat. I don't think they've lost that many matches, so they played really well. But we knew we needed a spark, and we got that spark at 5-0, and luckily we were able to get it through. You know, but props to CJ. He made a big adjustment there in Game 3, especially towards the end. Got a lot more aggressive. Hit a couple of great counters, and you know, that freed me up to play my game. And just super happy to be going to the finals with this guy over here. Let's start.
CJ, we saw Dad and Coach Darren giving you some stern talking to in Game 2. What was that about?
Yeah, it's so great to have him as a coach. I'm just thinking about all the adjustments I make, just staying mentally cool, calm, and collected, and just playing my game.
Well, you played your game brilliantly there, CJ. So, Andre.
Yes, sir.
You're not supposed to be able to have two first-time partners and take them both to the final, but that is exactly what you've got tomorrow. Congrats to that. How in the world is this working out so well?
Thank you, David. And I didn't take him to the finals. They took me, so it's working out great. You know, these guys are both Tina and CJ are great players, super good energy, great skills around the kitchen line. So I couldn't be more excited to make Championship Sunday with both of them. And I think it's a little special that I get to do it with CJ because we're Team Proton, you know. So big shout out to those guys back in Arizona for hooking us up with those great paddles and just believing in us.
Well, you're going to have quite a day ahead of you together. And, Andre, we will see you twice tomorrow.
Yes,
CJ Klinger, Andre Daescu, going to play for gold in Daytona tomorrow. Congrats, boys.
Thank you.